Hi Rina Bhudia, I just got a question from you. It says, I'm an Indian living in England and seeing all the negative news about my beautiful India is really disheartening. It seems I'm forever defending the country that I love so much. Even though I was born in England, being an Indian is all I know. If you could pass one piece of advice to the men in India, what would that be? Initially I used to be very affected. I remember once I was speaking to Danny Boyle, the director and producer of Slumdog Millionaire. So my question to him was that, I think you stereotyped India from one dimension. You just made everything look extremely evil and without compassion and without that heart and soul, which when we talk about India, that, the whole moisture in our eyes, you forgot that. And I feel that I shouldn't be affected by it. It's a choice. It's an open world now. Everybody has the right to choose what they see or what they hear. I just feel, Rina, that you have to tell your story of beautiful India. And maybe it affects one mind or two minds, or maybe it affects the world. So you've got to continue to keep figuring out a way to tell the story of your homeland which you love. There's no way you should be feeling that I'm a victim of this. You should always feel that I'm proud to be a part of it. I have a story which the world wants to hear, so I'm going to tell the story. So my answer to this is start a blog, do anything. You guys are so brilliant. You guys know Facebook and Twitter and all those things. You've got to tell people the beautiful India which they miss when they come to India, and the journalism and everything when they see India from a very surface level. But internally, India, what I see and what I write and what I say is it's about the India which I see through the eyes of the mothers of the country. I just see that the abundance of forgiveness and love and sharing and caring what they have. I have never seen that in my life ever before. And I traveled in India for 3 days, and I had decided not to use credit cards or money. Now this story you can share. So I had figured out that let me see how will I survive in India for 3 days without anything. And you know what happened? Those 3 days I ate the most. Anyone I would meet and I say, I don't have money, but I'm very hungry. And you talk to them nicely and they'll take you to the houses. I think that's the beauty. And those 3 days, I would say that it was one of the best days of my life. And, I'm going to do that one more time again. And let me see how this works out. But after 3 days, I had to go back to credit card and money and all those things which we need to live. But India is a motherland. So you have to understand that when you tell people that India is one country which has never gone on war because it's the motherland. So everyone who came to India to invade, to loot, to take everything from the country, eventually the country got enriched. All these cultures came. It could be just for shelter for home. It could be the Mughals to the Tibetans to the Jewish to everyone, the Greeks to the Chinese. The country gave shelter. It had always embraced and welcomed everyone with open hearts and with open arms. So you never stop telling that story, because this is what is your DNA. This is what your inner call is. Do anything. But you've got to let the world say their opinion, and then you say your own story. So let the people choose. I'll choose you, whatever you say. Sona Patel, hi again. How are you? If you could become someone else for 24 hours, what would it be and why? If I have to become someone for 24 hours, which I have done many times, is become a farmer in India. There's so many different farmings in the country. It could be just tea grower, or someone who's growing black rice in Mizoram, or someone who is actually a spice farmer, or someone who is actually creating wheat and the breads and anything. I would be that farmer for one day if I given a chance. I just feel that if I was not a chef, I would be a farmer, and eventually I hope I'll achieve my dream. For 24 hours, I'll be a farmer. You give me another 24 hours, I'll still try to be a farmer. But I think the close connection of farming to food, to chefs, to the kitchen is so much close. It's so organic. When you see a small seed growing to a small plant, it has the power. It goes against gravity, and still it grows above the ground. It has the power to remove the soil above it, which is 1,000 times heavier than it. I think that's the power of the sun and earth combined, and the rains and every energy of the world. So farming is for me the most sacred form or expression or profession.